Let's cross over to Nifemi now. Nifemi is in Ikeja. He is the one where the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is voting. Nifemi, bring us up to speed now. What's the situation now?
Mike, the wait is still on. As you can see behind me, INEC officials are still waiting for registered voters to turn out. But an amazing thing just happened. If my cameraman can follow me, we found out that just a few meters away from here, the polling unit where the president-elect voted was polling unit 085. But we're finding now that there's just another polling unit a few meters away from here, polling unit 52, and they just opened for voting a few minutes ago. But I'm joined by a domestic observer who's been monitoring election across Lagos. She joins me now for updates. What's your name, please?
Comrade Safia Ibrahim Ogo.
What's your assessment of the process thus far since voting began this morning in those places where you have visited?
So far, so good. I represent the Grassroots Mobilization for Better Nigeria initiative. So far, so good. We've not seen the deployment of INEC. There's a late arrival of material. However, there's a turnout of voters.
In which areas precisely? Because right here at this polling unit 085, we got here before 8 a.m. INEC officials were here with election materials, and they also kick-started voting, accreditation of voting at exactly 8:30. In this, the situation here is that INEC officials were here waiting for voters. So when did you observe that INEC officials arrived late?
Yeah, this the observation was done in town around the Oshodi axis. There's a late deployment of material. However, the turnout of voters is in large number, especially women and young people. Women turned out in large quantum to entrench democracy. And again, the election so far so good is very peaceful, more organized, very cordial. So the atmosphere is good and calm. And we expect a free, fair, credible election. Just like the INEC chairman has promised Nigerians, this time around, the uploading will be done perfectly.
Have you observed any major difference between the presidential National Assembly election and what is happening today?
Yes, we must give kudos to an improvement in the process. This particular election is a little bit different in the sense that some polling units turned out with materials early enough, and then we saw orderliness. We saw the queue, we saw less of argument, and we saw that the process was a little bit faster in setting up the polling unit materials.
20% of registered voters who have their PVC came out to vote in the last 3 weeks for the Presidential National Assembly election. What have you observed thus far as regards voter turnout in the places you have visited?
So far, so good is a thumbs up. So far, so good. Nigerians have shown resilience. They have shown the spirit of statesmanship, never giving up spirit of Nigeria.
All right, Nifemi.
And this, of course, you know, if we get it in Nigeria, it is central in Africa. If we get it in Nigeria, it's central to African Union, ECOWAS, and in the international community.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We have quite a number of other domestic observers here, and we'll be talking to them shortly. Let's get back to Mike.
All right, thank you, Nifemi, for the update there. Well, of course, we'll come back to you as we get along. Let's